Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. It's Mackenzie and Vikash here. Hi,
Hi
Vikash.
everyone. Hi
How
Mackenzie.
you going?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. I'm very well, thank you. Glad to hear you are too. Thank you so much for joining, Vikash. I think this is going to add a lot of value to people who watch it. So, just to give you guys a bit of a background on Vikash. So, he started the Grad Jobs program, started working with me last year or in 2020, towards the back end of 2020. He studied at Adelaide University. I think it was an entrepreneurship bachelor's.
Yeah, yeah.
And he also had a range of different experiences at student societies and things like that. And we'll get more into that later. And so when Vikash joined, he told me that he wanted to land a job in kind of consulting, project management, that kind of space. And that's what we worked on together. We worked on how could he position himself to get in a firm, with what he had. And we spent a little bit of time, going through the strategy, relationship building, science behind landing jobs, selling yourself, networking, all that fun stuff, which he's got really good at. And amazingly, he landed a project or business associate position at Genpact, which is a large multinational consulting firm. And he's doing a really cool piece of work now, and he's just started there. So thanks for joining us, Vikash.
Nice. Always good to be on your side. Like you have helped me so much, so I'm happy to give you time whenever you want.
Oh, that's way too kind. It's way too kind. Awesome. I
It has
appreciate
to be. It has to be because what I'm telling you, whatever is coming from my heart, like I've gone through everything, and you have helped me in a time where situation was very uncertain. People were losing their job, and here I am as a fresh graduate with little much experience. I've landed a job in a global consultancy firm, and this all goes to you, like your credit. And I know that I have done hard work, but at the same time, it's your material, your advice that has taken my journey from as a graduate to a job. So really
I really,
appreciate.
I really appreciate that, Vikash. I know, I really do. That's far too kind. But you also put in a very large amount of work to get there. Um, so yeah, I guess what are people wanting to know? I think one thing that people are going to be interested in is, how did you get to studying entrepreneurship? Why did you follow that path? And then kind of how you got into your internships and things like that. So maybe we should start there. Why entrepreneurship? Why Adelaide Uni?
So Adelaide Uni is something which I was when I was in India and I used to play cricket, and I had an option to go Europe and US, United States,
Yeah.
but cricket was my passion. So I thought like if I go out and want to get along the community and get the feel of people around, you have to, apart from uni, you have to be involved in society. So I thought like cricket would be great because people in Australia love cricket, and that's why how you make connection and you learn their culture. You get to know more people. So yeah, that was the reason for me to come into Australia, and Adelaide Uni is one of the best uni in Australia's group of eight. So yeah,
Awesome.
so
And that
that
was
was another.
that was such a succinct answer as well. So
Yeah,
good. Yep, carry on.
yeah. So apart from studying Adelaide, getting to entrepreneurship course, I'm a person who always think of creating new things, creating new ideas, and how I can practically, make it possible. So I thought like I had word with a student counselor, and he told me there's a great degree for you where you can implement your ideas, try your ideas within 3 years, and you will learn so many skills that you can, when you want to start a business or you want to help other businesses with your ideas what they want to work on, you will be good at that. So yeah, that's why I chose bachelor's of innovation and entrepreneurship.
Beautiful. And it seemed to have taught you a lot because from memory, you had some experience, before we even knew each other. You had a bit of experience in some internships, some jobs, and I think you went to, was it
Tel
Israel?
Aviv, yeah.
Yeah, Israel. Could you tell us a little bit about Tel Aviv first, because that's really really interesting, but also some of your other jobs and internships that you had or
Yeah.
experiences.
So to start with Tel Aviv, after doing 2.5 years, studying at 2.5 year of uni, I came to know about a hacker exchange program. That is basically if you have got an idea, so you can go and implement with in a startup nation. Like they give you option to go anywhere in the world, but I chose Israel because Israel is one of the pioneer in startups. And so I thought like I had a project in my mind, like creating a renewable water system. Like water is something which is getting really big at the moment. Issue is getting big. So I had a project idea to develop renewable water and how to treat wastewater in a more effective and appropriate manner to use that water for agriculture purposes, basically in developing countries. So yeah, I went to Israel in last February before lockdown happened, and it was really great where I met people from Facebook, people from Embassy of Australia, and really cool startup owner. Like they were always going through like how they have gone through their life, what are the struggle comes in, and how they overcome those things, which is really helpful. Like when you get to know from someone who has already gone through all this, it's really helpful. That's helped your mentality also. You start to behave and behaving like that. Even something comes up, you look those things as an opportunity and try to find solution for that, which is really great. Because sometimes you get stuck and you get demotivated and you try to change your path, which may work for someone, but if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to find a solution for that. And that's how it progress. Like slowly you start building up things and suddenly it's look like a great job. So yeah, it was really great. Like I've been there, I learned so many things, because Israel was something different to India and Australia, and people there were like, and getting just there for 21 days. So I was like you have to be spot on from first day. Like you have to get to meet people, listen to them, tell them about your idea, and that short span of time, I thought like I should take as much as I can. And it was really grateful to like where I learned so many things about life, business, and networking. So yeah, it was really good. With internship, I did the internship with a bulk house, a greenhouse company, like totally focusing on renewable packaging solution and compostable packaging solution. So I did an internship for 3 months. It was based in Beijing, China, and where I learned about, I was working on how to expand their business, how can they improve. I was also working on getting on partner with a company around the world to get a packaging solution for them. So yeah, I learned how to communicate with people from different nations. Basically in China, people don't understand English, but it was really good to know them and like how we can communicate with people back there. Because that's the biggest barrier. I thought like people are smart there, but the like, communication barrier is biggest thing. And you should know how to communicate. Like if you tell someone here like, hi, or I'm working on this, they might get, they might take that thing in different way. So I learned there how to communicate and how to be proactive when you are working with different people, nationality people. Like it's really a good value to add on. And then I was part of Adelaide Entrepreneurship Club, where actually I opened myself a lot. Like I was very shy. I was not shy, but yeah, when you come to a different country, you think like lots of things goes to your head. But after taking that role, I started exploring things, talking to people, which was always, I'm a person who always like to talk to people, get to know what they're going in their life and learn from them, because every person has something good and bad in it. It's all about you. If you take good things, you can learn from them. So I always take good things from people, and after that started spending my horizon, like connecting with businesses, connecting with, since I was a sponsorship director, I was responsible to connect with businesses and get to know. And that's how these all skills at the end matter a lot when you go out of your uni and you start you have experience and you add on little dots. That's where it's become really useful. So yeah, this was my journey before I met you.
Yeah, that's awesome. And no question as well, because you also had a job at On the Run, right?
Yeah, I did a customer service job for last 4.5 years, which taught me, which is totally different than what uni life, and because it let you know about your customer. And at working as a customer service representative, you have to deal customer, you have to deal with hedge. Sometimes some uncertainty might come, like if power is totally gone, you are blocked out in a single frame, you might freak out. But that situation was something, you calm yourself, and you know what your next step would be and how you can save yourself and the store. So yeah, it was really great. And working with different kind of person. Some people don't want to work, some people who do want to do lots of stuff. So yeah, you have to manage yourself and manage the store at the same time. So yeah, it was also a good experience to work with On the Run for last 4.5 years.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Makes you humble. It's make you humble a lot when you work in those kind of job. It's make you understand and be humble. When you go to a shop or do anything, you actually understand the other side of the story. If you haven't done those, you will feel like, they're just here for money.
yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And through all those experiences, you seem to have gained, a lot of skills for someone, who came to Australia. From memory, you didn't speak a ton of English
Right,
before,
yeah,
right?
I was always like kind of tumble thing, like, but now I know how to communicate, how to keep improving. Like, if you have something and you're not good at that, you want to be if you want to be expert of anything, you have to put in hard labor. And I asked you, like, how can I improve my writing, and you suggested me start reading books. So I've started reading a book. I still have got the book. I will show you. This is Sachin Tendulkar book. I've started reading.
Yes.
So I still want to improve I still
What
want
a
to
book.
improve myself. I still want to improve myself as much as I can. You're never, like, if you have got mentality of learning, then we'll keep growing. And that's what my aim is in life, is to keep growing and growing.
That's awesome. And I can honestly say you've actually improved significantly. Even, since I've known you, your
Thank
communication,
you.
it's become, concise, succinct. Like it's really, really good. Like I can see it's very noticeable. So well done. It's paying off.
Thank you. It's all yours. I told you need to help me with that. I'm being generous, but I know I have to be
Very
frank
generous.
and be honest. Yeah. I have to be honest also. So
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Awesome. So you got these jobs. Can I just ask, before we move on to, what happened after kind of working with me, what we did, how did you get the on the run job, the bulk? Maybe, well, you can talk about it if you like. If you'd like to talk about any of those experiences and how you got them and you think it would be valuable, that would be awesome.
So I came in Australia around of 2016 May, and I had, like, job is something was kind of essential, like, not to start with, because I wanted to get it, know, like, what it is like, Australia is like. But I was very lucky, like, I got to meet people here who was working in On the Run. And I asked them, like, is it possible to get a position? Like, yeah, he was obviously open, and he told, like, oh, you can pass me on your resume and all those things. But after 2 months, nothing happened. So I thought, like, why not give a call to the head office? And I did give them a call, and I asked them, like, I've applied, and I've also asked a guy who worked there, and he told me, like, there is position open nearby my house where I live. And they told, like, okay, can you just pass on your resume to this email address? And very next day, after 2 months, I got, like, email from, like, a phone call in the morning that, okay, can you come for a interview on Monday? And in my life, I've never done interview, and I was, like, straight away from school. I came to a different country, and I've been asked. When I went there, I saw, like, 20 people sitting in a room.
Really?
I was
Oh my God.
I was nervous that how I'm gonna try. And all of them seems to be like, they already had work experience or some kind of experience. And I was among kind of very young, and I don't know what to say.
Wow.
But I was lucky enough that I asked the other guy, what should I do in interview? And he told me, like, just go through the company website, and if you are aware of what they do and how they have how they have moved throughout their business. So yeah, they gave us chance, like, what do you know about On the Run? And being a young kid, I was very enthusiastic about getting a job. So I just told them whatever I read about them on the portal and what kind of business they do and how they started their business. And I did add it on, like, to make it look fancy, like, okay, they look like a supermarket, Every time I visit there, it looked like a supermarket, and they were really impressed, and they were like, you got a job. And that's how I landed at the job. So it was really great. I didn't know I didn't expect it to get that job, but if you are passionate about getting something and you deliver something, you work hard, like you know the stuff, you will get it. And
I love
we're
that.
talking about bulk house. It was again a connection thing. I was in uni and I was preparing for Hacker Exchange, and I was talking to the program director, and she told me like, actually, after you come from your Hacker Exchange thing, we have got opportunity if you want to take this. And I was like, yeah, why not? And she sent me a link, and then I had word with the owner, and he was like, okay, so you will be able to do this job. And I was like, I told him honestly what I have got and what I can offer him, and he was okay with that. And that's how I landed that job. So I will,
Beautiful.
one thing is that I would take from those things is like, never be shy to ask for help. And that's the key takeaway. Like, don't be shy to ask for help.
Awesome. And just to confirm, so in the with the on the run job, was that so? Did you just hand in your resume? Or you knew someone? Sorry, you knew someone, didn't you?
I knew someone, but he didn't. He told me like, there is, I can get you, but he was not sure. So I had to wait for 2 months after I handed in over my resume.
Yeah.
So I had to wait for 2 months.
So you handed it in person, and then you followed up and emailed it.
Yeah, and then the on the run recruiter, like when I called the head office, they told like they were gonna connect with me with the site hiring manager, and they were like, okay, send me the resume to the site recruitment thing, and they called me back. I got called next day.
Beautiful. And student society, did you just kind of join? How did that work?
So while I was in like classes, I used to see people coming in like in second year and telling about the club and all this. So I became a member, and 1 year later, while they were having AGM, I got email, and the president, it's herself, like Mary. She asked me like, is it if it would be good if I can go to AGM and nominate myself for any position I feel like. I went there, nominated myself. Then there was voting, and luckily I got selected. So by that time, second year, I knew enough people who can vote for me. So that's how I got that position.
So good. Well done. Awesome. So up until that point, you had that experience, and you were kind of coming up to graduation. And had you tried to apply for or tried to get graduate jobs or jobs after university before you started working with me? Or did you start once you started with me?
I did started looking for job grad roles way early. Like with all experience I told you I had, I was trying to make my resume. I was taking help from career services, putting on efforts, and all those, whatever I had experience, I had from all those jobs. And, the way I applied myself, all those things were coming along. Like I was using those skills and all those experience to put on a great show, but I hadn't got any, like, any response. I was just getting the rejection, and that's kind of demotivating. But yeah, I was always thinking that being positive, that still I'm learning something. I'll tell you a story. I used to apply for all big fours, and the time I used to take to apply was like 5 minutes. And you think that, okay, you're just doing an application for them, and and things will happen. And that's what I used to do. Like on the run, I just handed resume. I don't know how good that resume. I still have that resume, but I don't know how good that resume is.
Yeah, that would be funny to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of, I was using my experience, what I had. It was good, but I will tell that that was not enough. And I guess the process or the way I was putting in was only came after I joined you.
What do you think the problems were? Yeah.
Because as a person, you think that, okay, you have gone through so many stages of life and you know much about it, and you try to prove yourself, even if you don't know much thing, and you try to prove yourself, okay, I know my things, I know I will be able to do it. But actually, someone who is expert and who knows how to do the things, and the way I was thinking, I knew all the things, but I was not doing it the right way. And it's all about doing the things in right manner. And I came to know after I met you.
Got it. So am I correct in saying you weren't sure what the problem was?
No, I was not knowing.
Yeah, so you didn't know what the problem was.
What the problem was, because I was thinking that everything is good, I'm doing it right. But that was the only came to know what was the problem and the way of doing things after I met you.
Got it. And why did you join Grad Jobs? Why did you do that?
I will tell you, there's a guy, I'm forgetting his name. He's from uni edit and he's first year student. He met me at orientation in his first year, and I was in my last year, and I was doing orientation for them. And in year time, he added me on LinkedIn, and I saw his profile, and I was amazed to see his progress in his career, because he couldn't speak English. Like, he was really asking me in my third year, like, how could I be like, communicate to people in Australia?
Not Dinesh.
And yeah, it was Dinesh. Yeah.
Oh, Dinesh.
Yeah. You got spot on. Yeah, he was Dinesh. And year time, after a year, I saw him, and he had a great thing on his LinkedIn. Like, he's got good job at ANJ, like internship. He was working for FTM Group, which is really amazing.
PwC.
So and I was like, okay, what did happen? And talked to him, and he was like, he suggested me, like, you are the person, but he didn't talk to me, like, he didn't tell me. I read his all profile, and I was like, I see where it is. Then I had a friend of mine, Saxon. He was doing innovation and entrepreneurship. I went to a website, saw his thing, and I was like, okay, he is there. Then I had another friend who I'm missing his name. He used to play cricket with me, and he got job at Accenture. He's from uni.
Oh, Sam?
Also. Yes, Sam. So yeah. So he got Accenture job, and I think this all thing, and I thought, like, whatever experience they have, I'm almost on the same boat. Why I'm not able to get in? I'm applying for so many jobs. There must be some problem, and that's where I came to know there is problem, and the solution is Mackenzie. To be frank, and I had 5 minutes or 10. I booked in for half an hour first day call, and the first day I signed up, because I knew the problem. The way you spoke to me, like, because every time a mentor comes in, he will start telling about himself, like what he can brings in. But you gave me an opportunity to talk to about 20 minutes, where I could say to you, like, what are my problem and what I'm looking for. You understand it, and then you said, okay, I can help you with that, which is really good. Like, instead of selling yourself, you try to understand, and then you told, okay, I will take you or not, which is good thing.
Awesome. Wow, that's really good. It's really nice doing this retrospectively. It's nice because we've worked together for so long, and now seeing all the story unfold, it's really nice. It's fun, isn't it?
It's make me like really feel good. Like, all the time I was going through hard times, like, all those rejection, and now it's remembering that, like, I loved your plan to write your story. I'm still like, it's that in my head. Like, every time I do, I just keep writing things, like, if I want to go and look back, I won't be able to remember everything I've gone through. So that record will help me, and I can skim through it. And whenever I feel like, I'm not feeling well, or I'm having some ups and downs, I can go there and see that and make myself motivated and feel good.
That's awesome. Brilliant. And so we started working together. And what do you think it was about? Actually, first, let's talk about the results. So after we worked on a few things and set the direction right, so you got the offer from Genpact at a consulting firm, like a really big one, business associate, pretty cool role. Did you get any other offers? I can't quite remember.
It was SA Water. I almost made it to the last round.
Oh, okay.
SA Water. I was not expecting. It was really quick. Like, in 2 weeks time after I joined you, with the help of cover letter and resume, it was like 3. Initially, I had to apply, and they were like, they will do the comprehensive check on me and all, whether I find fit or not. Then they did the panel set, and then they checked. Then I got through that also. Then I had 4 interview. So after 4 interview, that was the state where my SA Water journey stopped.
Yeah.
But in meantime, I was able to make connection. I was always looking whether if I go well or not, what I can get out of things. Because I've been putting time and labor in that. So even if I didn't get the job, I was trying to make connection as a part of your program. You always focus on creating connections. And I'm so happy that I have got so many people from SA Water also. And a recruiter has emailed me to apply for grad role opening this July and August, which make me feel really good. So yeah, that was one thing. And then I had interview with Accenture.
Yep.
And then I had interview with On the Run for their marketing job.
Oh yeah,
coordinator,
that was such a cool. Yeah. You go.
Yeah, I will take through. Do you want me to talk through those stories of the On the Run?
Yeah, sure.
Thing?
Before we go, are there any other major events that happened other than those 4 or 5 that you can think of? Any other? Because now you just told me, I think, that you've got this job offer. It's like you're getting everything's compounding for you and you're getting more requests. Like, so in the last, before we jump into the On the Run interview, what kind of interviews or offers from recruiters are you getting at the moment? Not offers, but communication.
Yeah. So indication at the moment, I've been asked to submit my resume at Town.
You don't have to tell the company. That's fine.
Yeah. Like few there's a project management company, big construction company from US. They are opening their slot for grad roles. And my tutor, she was a senior project manager there. And I got message from like, can you send me a resume for this job? Then there's another management consultancy firm directly working with SA government. And the recruiter, she connected me. I connected with her on LinkedIn. A month later, she messaged me like, could you like this page and could you please like, comment and keep following our page, what we do. And I was happy because it takes no more time. Like, I'm always on social media or LinkedIn, so I can do that. And after another month, she asked me like, hey, we have job openings and do you want to be part of us? Can you forward me your resume? And I was like, absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Sure. Why not? And the other thing happened to me was like BCG. That's the biggest story I can tell you. I've been trying that. Yeah, I've been trying. I'm so happy to hear back from them. For last 4 years, every year since I was in innovation and entrepreneurship course, if you go to that course on Uni Adelaide, you will see BCG is sitting there, but that says like only women can be apply this for this scholarship. And that's where I came to know about BCG, and I started researching about them. And then I came to know, okay, this is something which interests me, and this type of company I want to work for. And I started applying for all the internship. Every time I like them on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, like, all the links where I can get it. And I used to keep in my eye, like whatever BCG is posting and when they're opening their internship position, anywhere involved, wherever they want. Even if they ask me to go to some remote places, I'm happy to go to work for BCG.
Anywhere for BCG.
It's kind of work they do is like, it's really good. And with BCG, the other perks that I thought like working for BCG will make me go around the world. So yeah, things has happened. So many things has happened. And after 4 years of struggle, like, every time getting a rejection, facing a rejection from them. So thank you for your time and all those messages. Finally, I came this February that I received like, oh, you have cool experience. You have got so many of achievements. We are proud to offer you first round of interview. And then they offered me case study, which was, I couldn't have asked more than that.
Yeah.
I was so happy. If I would have landed that job, that would have been great. But even getting to that point was making me feel that, okay, I've worked hard and I've achieved something.
That's awesome. I wish you told me about that case study so we could have practiced.
I didn't have time. I'm sorry. I was like, working 7 days. I told you it was.
Yeah.
I might have remember that, but I must have told you about the first interview, and after that, I totally got out of my mind. Yeah, I told you about that. I'm quite sure I told you, and then you send me some link. I did that, And then I got sick, and I completely had in my mind that I should message Mackenzie about this and how can I get through it. But it got slipped, and it
Oh
just
well.
did it in last hour, which was
Next
not
time.
fun.
Maybe next
Next
time.
time. Yeah.
So that's awesome. So let's just quickly jump in to how you got was it the second stage interview at was it On the Run or Peregrine?
Yeah, Peregrine.
How did you create an internship or sorry, an interview?
So after going like all the materials you have sent, like gone through it, and a stage comes there where you are asked to do cold messaging. And I was lucky enough to have the business card of the owner of the Peregrine Corporation who runs that. And I was really scared. I was not writing because I was already employed there, and lots of things were going in through my mind, and I don't know what's the right and wrong. So I got advice from you, the brilliant advice from you, that you should write to him. And I didn't had idea what should I write. So I wrote whatever I felt like, and then you edited it and make it look like really good. I emailed him. After 2 days, I got email from the loyalty head that Shaheen has spoke to him about me, and
Who's
he,
Shaheen?
Yashir Shaheen, the boss
Yeah,
of
what's his
the,
position?
he's a CEO of Peregrine Corporation. He got in and he was like, the loyalty head told me, like, he emailed me and can we meet, when we can meet. And I was like, okay, I can meet these days, I'm working this day. So he called me for a meeting, and then very next day I got email from the head recruiter of OTR, like Peregrine Corporation. And he asked me like what kind of job I'm looking for and all those things. And after 1 month, due to Christmas break, after Christmas break, they sent me an invite for interview for OTR marketing coordinator. And I went for interview. They offered me the role, but they offered me later than Genpact.
Oh,
At the same,
yeah,
at the
yeah.
same, it was kind of very tricky situation where I was having On the Run and Genpact thing going side by side. And Genpact offered me the role before 1 week before the Peregrine came back to me, and I was like, "Oh, Genpact."
Yeah.
I said, "Grab, it's a global consultancy firm," and that was like something where I want to work for.
That's awesome though, how you managed to get in touch with the CEO, create a relationship, and then get an interview, multiple interviews for a job that was like you never saw before.
Yeah, it was not coming in. Like if I would have not mentioned emailed him, it would have never come through me. Like they would have not cared. Like they thought like, oh, he's working in operation that site, so let him be there. Like there's no point in bringing up it. That will be a kind of
Yeah.
hassle. But one email changed every perspective. That's how they came to know about my degree, what my experience are. And when you say speak something, people know. When you are working in OTR and you say you are a graduate, people think that you must have not studied. It's just the thing that you had a fun in your uni and now you are here working here. So
Yeah, that's awesome. And it shows again that if you don't ask, you don't get, right?
don't get, yeah, you have
Yeah.
to ask. You have to be
Yeah.
very, like, if you need something, go and ask for it. Don't be shy.
That's awesome. And so with grad jobs, like what we worked on together, obviously we worked on a lot of different things, but so if say, a student is watching this right now who used to be in your shoes, and you had to make it, simple, what would you say the value is that you got from the program?
Like, if you, I will
Or the
tell you,
most value?
as I told you, the most value I got is like connecting the dots, and connecting the dots in a right manner. You might, as I told you, like I had multiple experience. I didn't change anything. It's the way I used to prepare my application, the mentality I used to put, like before I used to say, okay, I will do this for one and then jump on to the next application. But if you want to get a job, you have to show them that how much you care about them, how much you know about them, and and how you can bring benefit for them. And all the roles are different. If all the roles were same, they would have advertised in one thing. So if the recruiter is putting so much of effort in putting a role as a graduate student, why should you not put that much of effort? And the other thing I learned from you and the other entrepreneur like you, that when we go to uni, we put so much of our money and we study hard to get good result. When it comes to job, we just become a bit lazy and think that we should get a job and then, get a job by being, because we have already studied, we should be getting a job. This is not the case. If we can work hard in the same manner as they have studied, but like the time we have, where we were putting at uni, and we put same amount of labor in putting application, it will be a massive difference. You can feel those difference.
Yeah, that's really good. It's true, isn't it? Imagine if you spent that much time sending cold messages. How many offers you'd
Save
have.
money. So many off and money.
Yeah,
like
maybe,
almost 100 grand
Oh,
almost
yeah.
in just all the money you had, you could have told the business, you could put in their business, and you could have got a position.
Yeah, that's
No,
crazy.
not just joking. Education is really important. Like, it
Yeah.
makes you a good human being. Apart
Yeah.
from that, it gives you skills, but you become a good human being.
Yeah, got it. Okay. So the main value you'd say was connecting the dots. What is, I'm guessing from that it's, what does good look like and how can you use all these different things which seem separated and
Integrate everything together in a
connect it
best possible.
and have a strategy so you know how to get from there to there.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, what you can
Sorry.
put time in. Is that like what you can put your energy and time into to get forward?
Yeah, like I would have applied one job one day and the other job, like, just thinking, okay, I will apply there. But working for those jobs, like, getting to know the company, understanding the job, understanding the company, and then presenting yourself to a company is totally different than you just apply for a job. Because students are looking at this and they must have gone through the same phase, like they would have just applied for jobs because they want the job, but putting time in it, putting so much of labor, research, technique, and how to connect directly with employer, making it personalized email. Anyone would like personalized job application, and that's what I was able to do in more effective way. When I used to do by myself, it was just a job application. It was nothing that would have separated me from or stand out from different applicant.
Awesome. Yeah. So another part of that is you figured out how to really effectively sell yourself. And I actually like what you said. You said not apply, present.
Yeah.
That's actually quite profound. You're not just applying, you're presenting yourself to the company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Properly.
We are doing that only. We are not just applying. We are telling it with this who we are, and they will look at and they will find, if they find out, no, this is not you or this is not what we want. That's how you get rejection. Like they will say, okay, goodbye, see you next time, get better and come.
Awesome. Cool. So a lot about selling yourself, a lot about connecting the dots and having that support. And I think you mentioned before as well that maybe this was when we were chatting before, this motivational support as well, just to keep going, was one thing I think you found valuable.
Absolutely. Like when I joined in, I was like, as a new, as you say, that new broom sweeps clean. That everyone will start something and they will go, okay, I have to get a job and I have to do this. But as time passes and struggles keeps coming in, you get your barriers, and sometimes you feel, I can't make it. What should I do? And that's where I was always ready to, like, whenever I had that moment, I reached out to you on phone call. You were always available. At the same time, your content on the websites, itself already is a kind of really great value. If you go through them and do those things, it makes you feel so well, like, and you can know what's the problem and how you can overcome. But yeah, you have to put on time, you have to devote yourself. And every time I had some bad time, I called you and you were like, oh no, just it's just fine, and you gave me something and I was like, oh yeah. And the support I got from you, throughout the period, even right now, if I, after getting a job, I called you about BCG and you messaged me like you should do these things. So those things are really valuable, like support, moral support, apart from all those materials is really important. And as a owner of this business, you are always there to support directly whenever someone needs it, which is really great. Because as a mentor, you will think that he supports you at the bad time when you are not feeling okay, and you have done every time for me that. So it was really helpful. And I always got up from a phrase like, I was feeling demotivated. And after talking to you, I started the same way I started the programming on first day.
Yeah, that's really good, and I appreciate the kind words as well. I'm glad it was of value. Okay, awesome. Well, look, I think that's pretty much everything. I don't have any more questions. I think there's a lot of value that people are going to get out of this. Once they watch you, they'll probably resonate with it, and you've already given them some things they can do right now to improve their chances to, follow in your footsteps, creating interviews, messaging CEOs, getting offers from global consulting firms. So you've added a lot of value here. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to people who might be watching this? Uh, is there anything you want to recommend, or any advice that you want to give them, or anything you want to emphasize?
I will like to tell people, like, it's not about like where are you at your uni, or which year are you in, or whether you have graduated. Wherever you at this point of time, I will suggest you to get a mentor. Any mentor like you feel like is perfect for you, I will suggest you to go there. And because that will add on so much of value, you must have so much of free time. And if you utilize your time, because time and money is something which goes never come back, you have to utilize that in very good way. So if you value those two things in your life, especially time, money will come, that's different story. So at this moment, I will tell, wherever you are in your career, get a mentor and start chasing your passion. Like, don't leave it too late, just get on to that and start chasing your passion. If you're in second or first year, this is a great time to join this platform. I will recommend to join you guys like Grad Jobs, because this is where you have a community of people who are similar to you. You can reach out them. You have a great mentor who has proven himself so many times, and every time you see Mackenzie's story is like kind of inspiring. Like, why can't, if he can do it, he is helping you out, he is all the time with you. You can do the same way if you have got the passion and time to put it, if you're putting your time. So this is the best time. If you want to land a job, if you want to succeed in your career, this is the best place to be. And that's my recommendation in short words.
Awesome. That's, again, way too kind, but I'll take it.
That's me, Mackenzie. That's me. If someone does good to me, I can't simply let it go. Like, oh, I've got my job. He has taken money, and it's all different thing. But something which you have given me is gonna stay forever with me. As I told you, like all the support, everything. I can't forget those things. If I do that, I will be really mean. I can't do that. I can't be mean.
Oh, that's very nice. Awesome. Well, I think just one last thing from me. I've really enjoyed chatting with you today, as always. I think one of the things that you said, which really stood out today, actually, in fact, there's two. One is presenting yourself to the employer, properly presenting yourself versus just applying. I think that was quite profound, actually, and I've never heard it said like that. So I really like that. I think that's a great takeaway for people who are watching this. On top of that, it is, if you don't ask, you don't get. With On the Run, you just went and asked, you followed up, and following up's powerful. If you don't ask, you don't get. Same with creating. You got a job offer for a job. You didn't accept it, but you still made it. You emailed the CEO. You didn't give up. You persisted. And I think they're two key takeaways I've got from this. So I just wanted to highlight that. But look, it's been awesome again. Thank you so much. If there are any questions anyone has off the back of this, feel free to get in touch. That's it. Thank you very much for your time, Vikash. I'll catch you very soon. Enjoy the job.
You too. And if I can be of any help to anyone, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to suggest anything or help out with anything I can in best possible manner.
That's very kind. What's the best way for people to reach out to you? LinkedIn? Or?
LinkedIn is the best way. Like that's where I'm always on. Like even I can see there. So it's the best way to reach out to me.
Beautiful.
And I'm happy to help out anyone you suggest. If I can, if I have opportunity to get a job for you, like I can recommend you internally. So yeah, I'm happy to do that. If it's possible for me, I'm happy to do that.
Awesome. That's very, very kind. I'm sure there'll be some people reaching out to you. All right.
Yeah,
well,
definitely. That's fine. That's like, if I can, why not?
Beautiful. That's very nice. Well, thank you very much.
Some people come from your side, they must
Yeah.
be good people. I can say that. I can definitely say that.
It is a trend, isn't it? Pretty much, well, everyone in the program or in the group, they're really good people. It is interesting, isn't it?
It is, because people like-minded people get along very well, and I guess you are the person who was choosing people to get in. So that's where good people come in. Like you choose them, you tell them, okay, you are getting in. Even if you're doing business, you listen to them, and then you take them in, which is really good way, I guess I say, because everyone want a job, but they won't put that much time in that thing. So if you interview them and you get to know whether this person is eligible to get into this program or not, I guess that's a good starting point. And I really liked it, as I told you earlier. So which was great.
Awesome. Now I appreciate that. That's good feedback for me as well. So thank you. Well, thanks again, Vikash. I will catch you soon. Thanks to everyone who stayed to the end of this video, and best of luck to you. Best of luck to everyone. Catch you later.
Thank you. Take care.
See ya. Bye.
Yeah.